أعزائي المشاهدين، أعزائي مشاهدي قناة الحدث اليوم الفضائية، أهلا بكم في حلقة جديدة من برنامجكم أسرار البلد. حلقة اليوم نقدمها لكم الأكاديمية العربية للعلوم والتكنولوجيا والنقل البحري بالإسكندرية، حيث تحتفل الأكاديمية العربية للعلوم والتكنولوجيا والنقل البحري برئاسة الأستاذ الدكتور إسماعيل عبد الغفار ومكتب اليونسكو الإقليمي بمصر والسودان التابع لجامعة الدول العربية باليوم الدولي للمرأة والفتاة في ميدان العلوم، وإطلاق منصة المرأة العربية، وإلى فعاليات الحفل.
Her Excellency, Dr. Jacqueline Heiser, Deputy Governor of Alexandria representing the Governor of Alexandria. Her Excellency, Dr. Nuria Sands, Officer in charge of UNESCO's Regional Office for Egypt and Sudan. His Excellency, Professor Ismail Abdul Ghaffar Ismail Farag, the President of the Arab Academy for Science, Technology and Maritime Transport. Professor Amira Mustafa Sindh, Dean of the College of Pharmacy. Distinguished guests and delegates, we would like to welcome you to the headquarter campus of the Arab Academy for Science, Technology and Maritime Transport, located in Abu Qir, Alexandria. The Academy is one of the organizations of the League of Arab States, serving as its center of expertise and technical arm, supporting collaborative Arab efforts. It specializes in education, training, consultations, and scientific research. We gather here today at the Arab Academy in Alexandria to hold the 2024 edition of the United Nations International Day of Women and Girls in Science, Arab Women in Science Platform launch. The commencement of Women and Girls in Science UN Day in Alexandria is poised to be an esteemed celebration uniting a diverse array of approximately 150 participants spanning various generations and disciplines. Discussions will center on the challenges confronting women scientists in the Arab region, alongside the paramount significance of propelling women forward in science, technology, and innovation. Today, more girls attend school than ever before, but they often face unequal opportunities compared to boys. Biases and societal norms limit their access to quality education, particularly in STEM fields. This gender disparity is alarming, as STEM careers are crucial for the future and innovation and development. The 2024 edition of the United Nations International Day of Women and Girls in Science, Arab Women in Science platform addresses this issue to empower girls and women through education. To commence, I would like to invite Professor Amira Sembel, Dean of the College of Pharmacy, to deliver her welcome speech.
Dr. Jacqueline Heiser, Deputy Governor of Alexandria Governorate, on the behalf of Major General Mohammed Sharif, Governor of Alexandria. His Excellency, Professor Ismail Abdelghafar Ismail Farag, President of the Arab Academy for Science, Technology and Maritime Transport, Dr. Nouria Sanz, Officer in Charge, the Regional Office of UNESCO in Cairo and Sudan, and Liaison Office for UNESCO International at the League of Arab States. Welcome. Our distinguished scientists, colleagues, and guests, fellows in Women in Science. Welcome to the celebration of this year, 2024 edition of For Women and Girls in Science, and the launch of the Arab Women in Science platform as a continuation of our last year For Women in Science event that was held here also in our prestigious Arab Academy for Science, Technology and Maritime Transport. This collaboration for the second year in a row shows how we share commitment to supporting gender equality in science, and also highlights the shared interests and responsibilities of our institutions, ASTMT and UNESCO, which are the promotion of education and culture, as well as the creation of an environment that respects and encourages women's contribution to science. We are thrilled, and we will have enough time today to announce the official launch of the Arab Women in Science platform. This is a significant addition that comes from the voice of Arab women that contributed last year in the event, which were more than 150 different women scientists. This is a significant step forward in our collaboration to create a significant and more inclusive, equitable scientific community. And we are looking to your ideas, your contribution and discussions today to enlighten our way toward achieving the goals and objectives of this platform. Today's event also provides an opportunity to recognize women's successes in numerous scientific areas, while also calling for expanded opportunities and support of aspiring female scientists. Actually, ASTMT is very well positioned to celebrate this day in collaboration with the UNESCO. We are proud here at ASTMT of what we achieved in science and proud of what our women has achieved in science. Every year we also become more and more proud of our visionary leadership, Professor Ismail Abdelghafar Ismail Farag. Thank you for breaking all obstacles facing gender equality, and obvious evidences on encouraging women empowerments are available. The Academy is committed to achieve gender equality. This is a critical element of the SDGs. And if we take SDG 5 as an example in the last couple of years, we can find some very indicative numbers. The number of girls enrolled in university education at ASTMT increased from 31% in 2019 to 42% in 2022 regarding or in relation to the total enrollment. The percentage of female graduates in relation to the total number of graduates increased from 19% in 2018 into 33.8, almost 34% in the year 2022. Focusing on the field of science, engineering, and technology, the number of female graduates have increased by 51.3% when comparing the year 2018 to the year 2022. With regard to the human capital also of the Academy, the staff members, the number of women scholars, faculty, members is increasing. The number of females faculty reached 835 in 2022 compared to 198 in 2018. This constitutes a comparison of 38% this year or in last year in relation to 72% in 2018. So I'm talking here collectively about all specialities, maritime, humanities, science, technology, engineering, as well as the medical sector. The high caliber scientists and decision makers and practitioners that came together today to share their invaluable knowledge today. Thank you. We do look forward to exchange all our best practices on how to lessen inequality, to ensure that no one is left behind, and ensure that all girls and women scientists can easily pursue their education and careers, and realizing that their dreams can come true, and ensure that their elevated skills are highlighted, complemented, well used for the prosperity of their society. I appreciate UNESCO, and I extend very deep thanks to Dr. Nouria Sanz, the officer of the Regional Office of UNESCO in Cairo, and always looking forward to the interesting discussions and collaborations that will definitely result from this significant day. Let's inspire future generations while also helping to create a more fair environment. I welcome you all, wish you a very successful day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Amira. Thank you, Professor Amira, for this opening speech. Our next speaker is Her Excellency Dr. Nouria Sanz, the officer in charge of UNESCO's regional office in Cairo and Sudan.
Thank you so much. This is a very important moment. Perhaps one of the, the sacred moment in a year. For me as a director, for my team as a big supporters, but for Director General of UNESCO. I know that she is looking at us. She is really very attentive of what's going to happen today in many places all over the world. Madame Azoulay, Director General of UNESCO, was informed last year about a very successful meeting, and of course he's going to be informed today about this extraordinary meeting. Let me start by thanking the Academy. When during the last General Conference of UNESCO, Director General decided for us as an office in Egypt and Sudan to become the liaison office of the League and with the League of Arab States. She had a very good purpose because everything was very well done before. And it was because of the work of our office with your Academy. And I think that reinforced our commitment from now onwards. But of course, it was an extraordinary and important statement, and we are here even more committed with your leadership, with the leadership of your people, of your team, and of course at the service of 22 absolutely extraordinary countries, exceptional for the future and for the acceleration of the United Nations Development Agenda. It has been always a pleasure, and we feel like at home, really. So we do not feel like we are hosted by, we feel like a part of your commitment and a part of your success. Thank you very much for having us, President. It was a big pleasure that we met the Vice Governor. We have already discussed about, and this is an important part of this meeting today, that is related, of course, to one important thing. Not just the number of how many graduates, not about the numbers of how many PhD, even not about how many of the PhD became postdoc and goes ahead with a career. It's because of employment. It's because of the decision-making process. And to have a vice governor as a strong woman like you are, very well-rooted even in scientists, a kind of approach and career, so we are so proud to have you here. And we have already, during the tea this morning, we have already thought about the possibility to organize something like this, but just for women empowered and in power in the government in Egypt and Sudan. It's really a pleasure to have you here and to start discussing because of this opportunity. Thank you very much. Of course, our main thank goes to Madame Amira, Dr. Amira, all the faculty of pharmacy. We have the opportunity to continue discussing, to visit the advancement of whatever that is related with the learning and teaching of STEM disciplines vis-a-vis the challenges and the opportunities that artificial intelligence is offering today. So it's a big pleasure to work with you and of course to continue thinking about even new initiatives vis-a-vis this one. Excellencies, professors, researchers, community of students as well. You know that our main idea is this intergenerational connectivity. So here we are scientists from 18, even 16 years old, up to a very senior age, which represents really an enormous accumulation of experience. So that was of the main DNA of our initiative since last year. I think it's important to remind the significance of the United Nations Day. So a United Nations Day is not just to celebrate everything, but it's just to take account, just to measure, just to identify what is the way to go ahead. And of course, is always a day of exchanging and is a day of consultation. And this is the main purpose of our seminar today. To finalize this phase of consultation as to go ahead and programming this platform for women and girls in science, first in Egypt and in Sudan, and of course with the volunteer and the ambition to go ahead and to enlarge our geography up to the 22 countries within the Arab States Constitution. It's always a happy day. It's a day of defining with very committed people what is the next frontier. So it's always a very, very happy day. But let me tell you something. Today there is a special addition and a special ingredient. So Director General of UNESCO and the Secretary General of the United Nations invite us to think about the main specific topic this year is the science leadership. And I think that is key. But there is a subtitle this year, and it's even much more important for us. It's about think science, think peace. And let me just convey a message of solidarity with all of the Sudanese women that are here with us. Suffering difficult, very difficult conditions, professionally, personally, familiarly. And we will try to do, of course, our best. And we decided with my colleagues not to, let's say, just to convey a message of just support. No. Let's take the opportunity to work together. Let's work binationally in Egypt as much as we can. And of course, it's a pleasure to have you here and to work with you and to have a direct commitment and a direct kind of approach according to your knowledge. So it's really a very, very important moment for us. I don't know how many of you are familiar about why UNESCO is dealing with science. I don't know if you have any idea about the origin of our organization. But I think it's very important, and we have prepared a very little video for you. Let me just try to go to the video. It's possible to go to the video now? In 1945, when the Second World War finalized, so the United Nations set up the first FIT. And two very important meetings, Durban Oaks and the meeting, of course, in Washington. That was the very, very first. Imagine a world after the Second World War trying to set up what was the origin of United Nations. And that happened between April and June 1945. But there was a lady, 150 meters tall, not more than this, Miss Ellen Wilkinson. He was at that moment the Minister of Education and Higher Education in UK. And we prepare a very important memory of this extraordinary personage. She was a scientist, and she was the representative of United Kingdom attending the UN meeting in Washington. And at that moment, she considered that the perpetual peace, that's why this is related to the subtitle that we are celebrating today, Think Science, Think Peace. It was not possible, and that was a clear statement, it was not possible to have a world with a perpetual peace without an agency of the United Nations dedicated to education, to science, and to culture. And that is the very, very origin. That is the very origin of our commitment even here today. And I think it's important we listen to the work. It takes for 2 minutes and something else, but I think it's very interesting as an introduction. No?
Background on which the organization is established and will work
have all too often broken into war. That the great and terrible war which has now ended was a war made possible by the denial of the democratic principles of the dignity, equality, and mutual respect of men, and by the propagation in their place, through ignorance and prejudice, of the doctrine of the inequality of man and of races, based exclusively upon the political and economic arrangements of governments, would not be a peace which could secure the unanimous, lasting, and sincere support of the peoples of the world.
So, I think that is very important to see this 2 minutes and a half. It's extraordinary. It has been always an extraordinary woman, a scientist, and it's at the very origin. After this, some minutes later, the first constitution of UNESCO was approved by acclamation, and I have never seen such a kind of a power in science diplomacy that the one that is represented by Madame Wilkinson. So I think it's a testimony for all of us, and I think it's we are going to speak about role modeling. We are going to speak about who is going to inspire myself. And I think it's very important to have this testimony, because at least I feel inspired because of her on a daily basis in my work. So we are here, and you know that the work of UNESCO continues being very active within the UN family, with we and UN member states, with academia, with all the professionals associations. We would like to continue pursuing our, of course, main objective and ambition, which is to achieve equality in science, technology, and innovation. And only with your support we can really accelerate the agenda of the United Nations. So we are here to, of course, to present to you the main layout and the shape of a platform that we would like, of course, to build with you. We are here just to mainstreaming all the gender perspective through the platform as well, and of course to promote as well youth leadership. I think that's key, because it is true that we are better, like in comparison with the last year. It's really true. So the statistics are like a positive vis-a-vis our endeavor. But concern continues to be expressed over the women's difficulties in advancing their career as academic scientists, vis-a-vis the progression in the career, vis-a-vis the quality and quantity of employment and jobs, and of course the role of women in the decision-making processes. We are here 1 year later, and we are here with a prototype. We are here to listen to you, to complete something that has been started some months ago, and it's a consultation exercise. So my colleagues have been interviewing you, some of you, and of course you are much more welcome in the case that you would like to contribute with a longer questionnaire and of course, could be really great to have you on board in this kind of effort. Over the last 12 months, we have consulted all the available bibliography, and we continue having all over the world, regardless which is a kind of region, we continue having some problems. Some problems in getting in, that means in just to get there, just to arrive at the scientist career. Problems and concerns related how to stay, so what happened after the PhD, and problems and concerns related to the getting on. That means what is the way in which your position, your knowledge is trying to scale up. That is going to be part as well and a kind of a super element that we need to promote, because UNESCO has been selected by Director General as to lead the process within all the UN family. Of course, you know about the recommendation of Open Science, and this platform needed to nurture himself about the kind of the open sciences that you consider it's much more pertinent to work and to be applied through this platform. Of course, the recommendation of the ethics of artificial intelligence, and we have just discussed this idea of neurosciences as well of the hackathon. And of course, UNESCO had a different kind of recommendations. We have here a representative, the head of the UNESCO Center Category 2 related to bioethics. So this is an enormous component as well globally of UNESCO in the development agenda. Regionally, you are representing here all the academic life of the League of Arab States, but of course it's important as well for us to try to convene a platform with the African Union. This year, 2024, is the Pan-African endeavor with education. And of course, Tibet is included and higher education is included. So we need to think about the way in which we can get some voices from Africa within the platform. We try to be aligned as well with the African Agenda 2063. And of course, you know that as gender, Africa is a priority for UNESCO. So could be very beneficial for us to listen to you, which are the relationships that you have already established with Africa and the way in which we can take a benefit of that. Binational, because you are here Egyptian representative and Sudan representative, this is the umbrella that we cover by our office. And of course national, and we work with different kind of ministries, from social solidarity, immigration, to culture, and all of those ministries in Egypt are taking the benefit of a very important women leadership. We of course aligned with the Egyptian strategy for science and technology, even within the UN development agenda and national framework. And of course, we are the part as well as you know, aligned our vision with the vision of the national strategy for the empowerment of Egyptian women in 2023. But all of this without forgetting in Egypt and in Sudan another kind of important activities that we manage. And we have just finalized, and we are going to issue one important report about violence sometimes happen with the women and for women or against women in the spaces of higher education. So, and this is something, it could be moral harassment through internet and many other kind of difficulties that women in science and women in whatever kind of disciplines are suffering on a daily basis. And we are taking care, good care of that. So we'll be happy, we will be very happy, of course, to continue informing you about our activities. Before finalizing, I think we need a big applause. And we need a big applause too, because we are here thanks of the effort of two very, very committed teams, the team of the Academy and my colleagues and my own team at the office. So the applause is for them, and we will thank you very much for this possibility. Thank you so much.
Now, I'd like to welcome His Excellency, Professor Ismail Abdul Ghaffar Ismail Farag, President of the Arab Academy for Science, Technology and Maritime Transport.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. طبعا يعني في البداية اسمحوا لي I'd like to welcome Her Excellency Dr. Nuria Sands, Officer in charge of UNESCO Regional Office for Egypt and Sudan. I'd like to welcome you and thank you very much for your words. Yes, we're not only partners. Please, you can rely on us. All the facilities, all the human capital that I'm proud of and I have here in the Academy, all together we can achieve many good things. So thank you for being here in the Arab Academy. Thanks for your team, and I'm very honored and very happy to have you all here today in the premises of the Arab Academy, and we will continue collaboration, working together to achieve our goals, for the coming decade. Thank you very much. Thank you. طبعا سعادة الدكتوره جاكلين عادل نائب محافظ الإسكندرية، برحب مع الدكتوره وشكرا جزيلا على تشريفك واهلا بيكي في الأكاديمية. وطبعا حقيقة التعاون اللي بين الأكاديمية وبين محافظة الإسكندرية فعلا نموذج فعلا لما يجب أن تقوم به الجامعة بشكل عام مع المحافظة التي نتواجد بها وننتمي فعلا، وسعداء وفخورين ان الأكاديمية بدأت من هنا بالإسكندرية وما زالت هي في الإسكندرية، واحنا فعلا فخورين بالإسكندرية لان الإسكندرية فعلا لما بنقول هي عاصمة للثقافة والحضارة والفنون. فعلا الإسكندرية هي واحدة فعلا من منابع الفكر والرقي والتحضر في مصر والعالم كله والعالم أجمع. فشكرا لسعادة النائب المحافظ وتحياتي لمعالي الوزير المحافظ، ودايما نسعد بتشريفكم لينا ومشاركة الأكاديمية، وتظل الأكاديمية تقوم بدورها من أجل تحقيق أهداف محافظة الإسكندرية. طبعا الأستاذة الدكتوره اميره سنبل عميد كلية الصيدلة بالأكاديمية، حقيقي أحد النماذج المشرفة في الأكاديمية كلية الصيدلة، وسيادة العميدة الأستاذة الدكتورة اميره سنبل. حقيقي فعلا كلية الصيدلة في الأكاديمية جايز تكون واحدة من أحدث الكليات في الأكاديمية في السنوات الأخيرة، لكن فعلا هي واحدة من النماذج النجاح اللي أنا بعتز وافتخر بيها ككلية وكنتائج كلية وكهيومن كابيتال وكمنظومة أداء. فعلا شيء رائع. إذا كان ليا طلب عندهم بس أنا بطلب منهم برضو، احنا زي ما بالنادي واليو ان بتنادي بان احنا المفروض نعمل يبقى في empowerment for women. بليز بقى انا بطلب منهم برضو لازم يساعدوا برضو لازم يكون في نوع من الجندر، مش كده بالانس في الكليه شويه. انما هم حقيقي نموذج ناجح فعلا، روح ايجابيه عاليه طبعا واداء وريسيرش وحاجه بصراحه مشرفه جدا. الواحد بيروح كليه الصيدله بيسعد فعلا بالهيومن كابيتال هناك، من الدين للفايس دينز لرؤساء الاقسام لكل العاملين في الكليه بصراحه مع طلابهم طلاب كليه الصيدله، حاجه شيء رائع جدا فشكرا دكتور اميره على مجهودك، وبشكرك على حرصك على التعاون مع اليونسكو. طبعا انت محظوظه طبعا ان احنا نكون على راس اليونسكو في مصر وفي السودان. هير اكسلنسي دكتور نوريا سانز حقيقي نموذج رائع فعلا للرغبه في الانجاز والرغبه في التعاون. ففعلا بشكرك على انك انت مستغليه الفرصه ديت، وبوصيكي دايما ان احنا نظل نعمل سويا من اجل تحقيق الاجنده اللي اتفضلت معاليها بعرضها اثناء البرزنتيشن بتاعها. وطبعا الاكاديميه العربيه للدكتور النقل البحري هي فعلا نموذج فعلا ناجح للعمل العربي المشترك. ده حقيقي دي شهاده معالي امين عام جامعه الدول العربيه. فحقيقي الواحد بيشوف الاكاديميه فعلا صرح عربي علمي متميز، بيت خبره عربي بيخدم كل الدول العربيه وكل امتنا العربيه، بالاضافه طبعا لكل اللي بيشرفنا في الاكاديميه من اي دوله في اي مكان في العالم فعلا احنا بنرحب بيه، لان احنا فعلا عندنا مبادئ ثابته ارسناها وتمسكنا بيها هنا في الاكاديميه، ان احنا في محراب علم، في محراب للبحث العلمي. لا احنا كل تركيزنا فعلا على بناء مستقبل افضل لامتنا العربيه وللانسانيه. فاحنا كل تركيزنا هو في العلم، هو في البحث العلمي، هو في الرساله اللي احنا مكلفين بيها ونسال عليها ونحاسب عليها. عشان كده انا كل اهتمامي وكل وقتي وكل كل يعني فعلا devoted all myself لهذا العمل، للأكاديمية، للبحث العلمي، للتعليم، لبناء فعلا مستقبل أو future talent for our nations. لازم نشتغل على كده ولازم نعمل بكده، لأنها هي رسالة فعلا وليست وظيفة وليست عمل يعني بعمل تقليدي، لا هي رسالة لابد أن نكرس أنفسنا لها ونبذل كل شيء فعلا من أجل بناء جيل يستحق مننا ان احنا نديله كل ما يمكنه في المستقبل، عشان نبني المستقبل. زي ما احنا شايفين الكلام كله على المستقبل، لان الكلام على الحاضر مهم، لكن احنا كلنا لابد ان نعمل من اجل المستقبل، نتعلم من الماضي، نبني على الخبرات، لكن لابد ان نعطي الفرصة للاجيال القادمة نمكنها. طبعا بالنسبة للمرأة احنا طبعا اكيد لابد ان نعمل جميعا على فعلا ان احنا نعطي المرأة الفرصة التي تستحقها، هي تستحق. ولكن انا هنا في الأكاديمية بشوف فعلا نماذج ناجحة للمرأة بدون ما اي تدخل، فعلا هي فعلا بتبقى فعلا يعني هي الانسب، هي الافضل للمهمة اللي بتقوم بيها فورا، لا اتردد ولا يعني هي فعلا تستحق واثبتت نجاحها وتستحق مزيد من الدعم فعلا، لانها فعلا تكرس فعلا كل طاقتها وكل امكانياتها من اجل انجاح المؤسسه. ودي احد الحاجات المتميزه في الاكاديميه فعلا، احساس الناس بالغيره على المكان، باللويالتي للمكان. هو ده برضو احد عوامل نجاح الاكاديميه في ظل تحديات كلنا شايفينها حوالينا، لكن الاحساس بالاونرشيب بتاع الأكاديمية. وعارفين كلنا الأكاديمية بتعتمد على التمويل الذاتي، لا تتلقى دعما على الإطلاق. فإن كنا لن نعمل ونكون الأفضل في جودة التعليم، الأفضل في البحث العلمي، وده اللي هيحصل، وده إن شاء الله لازم نكرس كل حياتنا ليه، هو ده سبيلنا فور سستينابيليتي للأكاديمية. وده برضو هيصب في تحقيق الأهداف التنمية المستدامة وتحقيق أهداف دولنا وتحقيق أهداف الإنسانية كلها. ساينس هو ده الأهم. عشان كده إحنا جايز في الأكاديمية فعلا في السنوات الأخيرة هتلاقي الأكاديمية بتحاول تروح أكتر نحو إنها تبقى ريسيرش أورينتد انستتيوشن. بنهتم جدا بالبحث العلمي، بنهتم جدا بالستودنتس وبقول الفيوتشر تالنت بجد بما تعنيه الكلمه. هنلاقي جنبنا هنا واحنا موجودين في الاكاديميه النهارده مسابقه للروبو كاب على مستوى جامعات مصر كلها، موجودين بيشاركوا هنا في مسابقه لبناء الروبوتات. هنشوف مسابقات للار او في. هنلاقي الاكاديميه بتنظم الشهر ده في نهايته مسابقه العربيه الافريقيه لشباب الجامعات، مسابقه في البرمجيات في البروجرامينج، ليس بروجرامينج مغنى بروجرامينج لانجوج، لا في البروبلم سولفينج، هاو تو يعني ان احنا نسيت المايند سيت بتاع اور ستودنتس اور فيوتشر يعني تالنت في ان هم هاو تو ثينك ان سولفينج ا بروبلم اند هاو كود ذي اكسبريس الحل بتاع البروبلم دي ان اني بروجرامينج لانجوج. دي مسابقه العربيه الافريقيه ان شاء الله في هذا الشهر، في نوفمبر نهايه هذا الشهر. المسابقه العالميه للبرمجه ايضا هتنظمها الاكاديميه، هتستضيفها مصر تحت رعايه سياده الرئيس عبد الفتاح السيسي في الاقصر ان شاء الله في نهايه ابريل 2024 باذن الله تعالى. في سبتمبر 1 سبتمبر 2024 نستقبل برضو الانترناشنال اولمبيكس ان انفورماتكس، الاولمبياد الدولي للمعلوماتيه اللي هي برضو المسابقه لشباب المدارس. كل دي يعني دول بعض الفعاليات اللي احنا بننظمها السنه دي فعلا عشان خاطر ايماننا بالعلم، ايماننا بالساينس، ايماننا ببناء مستقبل افضل لمصر ولدولنا العربية، وده أكيد لصالح الإنسانية كلها. تاني أنا آسف إذا كنت قطلت، لكن فعلا أنا سعيد إن بهذا التعاون مع اليونسكو. حالا فعلا يعني بشكر فعلا دكتور نورية كثير الشكر، جزيل الشكر. إن شاء الله سنستمر في التعاون من أجل فعلا تحقيق أهداف كل اللي نتمناها في التعليم، في الساينس، في الومن امباورمنت، في تحقيق الاس دي جولز، في بناء مستقبل افضل للانسانيه كلها ان شاء الله، يعم السلام، يعم الرخاء، يعم النماء. شكرا جزيلا، اطيب امنياتي بالتوفيق. شكرا، والسلام عليكم ورحمه الله وبركاته.
Thank you, Professor Ismail, for your continuous support and patronage. And now, on behalf of the Governor of Alexandria, His Excellency Admiral Muhammad al-Sharif, I would like to invite Her Excellency Dr. Jacqueline Azer, Deputy of the Governor of Alexandria, to deliver a speech.
سعادة الأستاذ الدكتور إسماعيل عبد الغفار، رئيس الأكاديمية العربية للعلوم والتكنولوجيا والنقل البحري، الأستاذة الدكتورة اميره سنبل، عميد كلية الصيدلة، Your Excellency Dr. Nouria Sands, Officer in charge of UNESCO Regional Office in Cairo and Sudan. At first, allow me to convey the greetings of His Excellency the Governor. It's my pleasure to be with you today, celebrating the International Women's Day and the launch of Arab Women in Science platform, which comes in parallel of the great commitment of Egypt to empower women and open the all horizons for them. السيدات والسادة الحضور، اسمحوا لي في البداية أن أنقل إليكم تحيات السيد اللواء محمد الشريف محافظ الإسكندرية، وترحيبوا بجميع ضيوف عروس البحر المتوسط، كما أعرب عن سعادتي بالتواجد معكم اليوم مع عظيمات مصر التي حققنا الكثير في مختلف المجالات لكي نشهد سويا إطلاق منصة المرأة العربية في ميدان العلوم، وذلك بمناسبة اليوم الدولي للمرأة والفتاة في ميدان العلوم. يأتي هذا اليوم من كل عام ليذكرنا بواجبنا تجاه المرأة لكي نمضي قدما نحو تمكينها اجتماعيا واقتصاديا وسياسيا، وتوفير كافة السبل لدعم وتعزيز دورها الفعال والمؤثر في بناء واستقرار الأسرة والمجتمع. والحقيقة أن القيادة السياسية الحالية قد كسرت كل حواجز التمييز والعنف والتحيز ضد المرأة، ولم تكن شعارات بل واقع ملموس، حيث اهتم السيد الرئيس عبد الفتاح السيسي منذ اليوم الأول بالمرأة المصرية، ووضعت الدولة ملف تعزيز وترسيخ حقوق المرأة في المجتمع على قائمة الأولويات والاستراتيجيات الوطنية، إدراكا وإيمانا بجدارتها وقدرتها على خوض معترك الحياة وتحقيق إنجازات على كافة الأصعدة. الحضور الكريم، خلال السنوات القليلة الماضية فتحت للمرأة آفاق لم تتاح لها من قبل، مهدت لها الطرق لمشاركة واسعة النطاق في كافة القطاعات، حيث وصلت المرأة المصرية لكثير من المناصب التي لم تصل لها من قبل، فتم تمثيلها بشكل أكبر في مجلسي النواب والشيوخ، وأسندت لها العديد من الحقائب الوزارية، وتولت مناصب قيادية في المحليات كمحافظين ونواب محافظين ورؤساء للأحياء. في ختام كلمتي أود أن أتوجه بالشكر إلى الأكاديمية العربية للعلوم والتكنولوجيا والنقل البحري، هذه المؤسسة البحثية العلمية الكبيرة، على دعمها الدائم للمرأة ودورها البارز في محافظة الإسكندرية. كما أتوجه بالشكر إلى مكتب اليونسكو الإقليمي بالقاهرة الذي اهتم بتعزيز مشاركة المرأة في الحياة الأكاديمية ومجال صناعة القرار، ليس في مصر فقط بل في المنطقة العربية بالكامل. وأريد أن أدعو العالمات العربيات أنفسهن لتشكيل مستقبل أكثر إشراقا في عالم العلوم، والمضي قدما لإثبات جدارتهن في هذا المجال، واستغلال كافة الإمكانيات المتاحة لهن بما فيها هذه المنصة لتعزيز وتقوية تواجدهن في المجالات العلمية، وكل ثقة بأن كن أهل لذلك وتستطيعن تحقيق المعجزات. شكرا جزيلا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.